Hello, dear friends. As you can see, we are at school, which means today we will be escaping from Mr. Stinky.
Yeah, hello everyone. But first, we need to get out of the classroom. Crazy Mr. Stinky has hung our photo on the board and written that we're noobs. We need to prove him wrong.
We'll gladly do that. I think we'll manage it easily since we're real sheriffs. Let's activate the fire alarm and escape before anyone comes.
Sheriff Labrador, we have many tough challenges ahead, but we need to save our strength for the final boss battle.
Oops, it turns out he was very close the whole time. Looks like stealth isn't an option. Run!
He's looking at us so terrifyingly, with such a beastly smile. He's about to catch up with us. We need to speed up.
Did it seem like he pushed us with his belly? Maybe he's just trying to scare us or play with us. He probably just wants to see how we handle his challenges.
Ha ha ha! Why did he fall asleep? All right, better not take any chances.
Looks like someone before us tried to escape and stepped into this strange green liquid. I hope it's not snot.
Better snot than acid, I suppose.
We're climbing into the ventilation. We need to hold our breath to avoid choking on the dust.
Now we're gonna do a little parkour. We all remember that you're a professional at it, so I'm sure we'll pass through it without any mistakes. Looks like he's already awake. I hope he doesn't attack us now.
Just look at how creepy it looks. Why did he drill through the wall and peek at us through a hole instead of just setting up a camera?
Brr, very spooky. Maybe he thinks this will scare us and we won't be able to continue.
He won't scare us like this. We face scarier things. We just need to ignore him and focus on reaching our goal. We need to figure out how to open the gates.
I think those two buttons should open them. The question is whether we need to press them separately or at the same time.
It would seem unfair of the developer to make a door that can only be opened together. Well, we'll find out soon when we press the second button.
How much money and time do you think went into creating all these trials? He's really crazy. Why did he need to create all this just to watch crying children?
Great! The door opened. I think he spent around $500,000 in about 6 years on all of this. But we can't say for sure because we haven't seen the other trials yet, and I'm sure they'll be even more elaborate.
Oh, I've seen this trial somewhere before. I know what's coming next.
It's possible he's conducting these trials and observing us to learn our weaknesses and defeat us in the final battle.
Good theory, but right now we need to focus on not getting hit by the laser. Listen, I don't quite understand lasers in games and how they can disintegrate things, because I've never seen such lasers in real life. Only those you can play with a cat or aim with a weapon.
Dobie, there are lasers in existence that are very powerful and used in materials processing or furniture manufacturing. Their strength allows them to cut through various objects.
Got it, thanks. Look, this guy is suggesting that we take some secret path. I'm not sure if we should listen to him or not.
Well, I think if it's a trap and we get killed there, it's not a big deal, because we'll just respawn and continue on the normal path. Plus, it's very curious to see what's there.
It looks like a giant suspended platform. Maybe we're about to have a boss battle. But why did that guy say it's a secret way?
It seems like all we can do is press this red button.
On the count of 3.
Let's go!
All right.
It seems like the button really spawned the boss. He looks like Mr. Stinky, but with legs made of sewer pipes.
And under his body, there's a large gear. What could that mean?
Maybe Mr. Stinky likes steampunk, and that's why he made a robot copy of himself. It even knows how to throw its hat. Perhaps it has artificial intelligence built in?
Given the advancement of technology, it's possible, but the problem is that Mr. Stinky is 1,000,000 years old and wouldn't have mastered such technology. However, considering how crazy he is, we can expect a lot from him.
Just a little more HP left for him. The key is not to get too close so he can't reach us with his hat.
Yes! That was a bit exhausting. He was too strong. Or maybe they gave us too weak of a weapon.
All right, what's next? We defeated him and they didn't even give us anything? What nonsense. Maybe they'll at least leave us the weapons.
Phew! I wanted to go back but accidentally jumped. No big deal. They'll respawn us now.
In the end, that guy just blatantly tricked us. He probably wanted to laugh at us failing, but something didn't go according to plan. Did you notice that the edges of these books have spikes? That's very dangerous.
And there were also some balls with spikes. They looked a lot like viruses. I hope we didn't get sick from being near them.
I think we almost ran into a spiked mace. I didn't even notice it when I was jumping.
Oh no, it's Yellow-Toothed Larissa. Grab the weapon and shoot her in the eye.
Listen, so that means she's Mrs. Stinky. Because her breath smells bad, looks like she hasn't brushed her teeth in a long time. Fate! I hope she at least takes a shower.
And she also has terrible makeup and an ugly wart on her face. So it all makes sense now. Mr. and Mrs. Stinky are dating. Very interesting.
Hooray! The second boss is defeated. After the video, we'll need to celebrate our victories.
Sheriff Labrador, do you remember how we saved the town from the approaching tsunami?
Of course, Dobie. I remember every day of our teamwork. Sometimes before bed, I recall many of our adventures together, and it warms my heart instantly.
That's wonderful. Let's tell this story to the guys then. After a long day at work, Labrador and I finally boarded the bus heading home. We were tired, but satisfied with a job well done. Suddenly, through the bus window, we noticed the sky darkening, and the sea began to rage. Taking a closer look, we realized a tsunami was approaching our town.
Without hesitation, we jumped up and asked the driver to stop the bus. The driver, seeing our determination, complied immediately. We rushed out of the bus and ran to the nearest police station to raise the alarm.
We knew time was short. At the station, we contacted local authorities and warned them of the impending threat. All services were immediately mobilized to evacuate people from coastal areas and reinforce the dikes.
I took on the coordination of the evacuation. Alongside firefighters and rescuers, we began going door to door, warning residents and helping them quickly leave the danger zone. Meanwhile, Dobie organized barricades and directed transport for evacuating people.
The work was intense, but coordinated. The townspeople acted quickly and efficiently, following our instructions. The tsunami was already approaching as we completed the evacuation and reinforced the last dikes.
When the wave hit, we were ready. The high barricades and reinforced dikes withstood the force of the water. The town remained intact, and the residents were safe.
After the tsunami receded, we inspected the town. The damage was minimal thanks to the quick response and collective efforts of all services. The residents thanked us for our prompt action and rescue.
We returned home with the sense of having accomplished something truly significant. A saved town and the grateful faces of the residents were the best reward for our hard work.
Guys, if you enjoy our stories, be sure to write about it in the comments because we have plenty more to share.
I hope this guy won't interfere with us now.
It seems he's really getting in our way. Ugh, why did he stand up there and not move? There's no space as it is.
Let's remember another story about the cunning plan of the raccoons so we don't get too upset.
We went outside to investigate and saw strange glowing objects in the sky, resembling UFOs. These were devices disrupting the operation of electrical appliances, and their origin remained a mystery until we received a message from local residents who had seen raccoons placing something suspicious in the sewers.
We realized that raccoons, known for their cunning, had been planning this scheme for years, aiming to bring us back to the Stone Age. It posed a serious threat to our town, and we had to act quickly.
Gathering a team, we descended into the sewer pipes where we discovered and deactivated the devices disrupting electricity. It was a dangerous mission, but thanks to our unity and professionalism, we managed to succeed.
Look, we've reached some kind of cup. I think it's a trap. It can't be this easy. Someone is probably going to ambush us now.
Well, what should we do? Let's take it.
Yes, we were right. It was actually predictable. But the fact that this cup is our weapon is amazing.
How did Mr. Stinky make this robot? I wonder if it's hollow inside. But it's pure steel, so it must be very heavy. You have to be careful it doesn't fall on you, or it'll crush you flat.
It's possible it's not even a robot, but a giant suit. Maybe he's sitting inside it and controlling it.
Oh no, I didn't expect his attack to kill in one hit. It's okay though, everything's saved, and he's down to less than half HP. We'll finish him off quickly now. Let's go.
I didn't quite understand. He has another attack where he jumps, but just in case, I jump too. Maybe it's his lethal ground wave.
Yeah! Great job, Labrador. It seems that was the final boss. We can safely leave this cursed school now.
I hope they let us keep this cup. Besides reminding us of our victory and the effort we put into overcoming all the trials, it can still shoot. I would like a weapon disguised as a regular item. It could save someone's life.
And when you hold it in your hands, you run very fast. Probably because you feel pride in your victory and gain motivation.
Thank you for the support and for being a good conversation partner, Dobie. Without our teamwork, we wouldn't have made it to the end and wouldn't have been able to defeat the final boss.
Thank you too, Lab. I really enjoyed this place. Guys, if you know any other interesting Roblox places, be sure to write them in the comments so we can check them out.
Thank you guys for watching our videos all the way to the end. Well, our video is coming to an end. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you all later. Hello, dear friends. It's your loyal buddies, Sheriff Labrador and Dobie, here with you.
Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to try to escape from the mad scientist school.
I think we can do it.
Oops! Looks like he's not as blind as we thought. Run!
We've confirmed that he's quite observant. Now let's find out how fast he can run.
Darn it, why is the whole hallway flooded?
Looks like the janitor spilled a bucket of water. Maybe he'll slip on it and hurt himself, which would work in our favor.
Looks like the janitor spilled a bucket of water. Maybe he'll slip on it and hurt himself, which would work in our favor.
I blinked and missed where he went. Turns out he went into the sewer to keep an eye on us.
It's strange how he got down the manhole so quickly. I won't even ask how he did it on one wheel.
You've got me thinking. What if there are multiple robot teachers, and they've all gone crazy and are hunting us simultaneously?
Good theory, Labrador. We still need to unravel the mysteries of this place. For now, let's focus on getting through these challenges. I wonder why they're in the school's sewer system.
You're right, Dobie. Let's get into the zone and focus on completing this. Right now, our task is to hold on tight to these platforms to avoid falling into the acid.
Great! We haven't wobbled once. I think that says a lot, like your excellent coordination. It's clear that your parkour training is paying off.
Oh, whoa! The current is pulling us along quickly.
Ugh, it's waste. Did you forget we're in the sewer?
Of course not. I try to avoid thinking about it and stay careful not to step in any unpleasant surprises.
Haha, what did you forget over there?
He's so close to the goal yet so far away.
Look, we're out of that stinky place. Let's see what other surprises this teacher has in store for us.
Oh no, we forgot to look around before crossing the road and got hit by a car.
Interesting thought. Maybe this crazy teacher actually wants to educate students, but just has a very unconventional approach to teaching.
Perhaps, but in any case, it was a clear demonstration of why it's important to cross the road at a crosswalk.
In the meantime, we've ended up in someone's pool. These inflatable rings are very slippery. Let's make sure not to get wet. We still have the final battle ahead.
Oh, this is definitely hot. Maybe we can find a way around it?
Looks like the developer didn't appreciate our ingenuity. Well, let's just jump over this steam. I think it's pretty straightforward.
You were right, we're already moving on to the next location.
It looks like we've ended up in the chemistry lab. Oh my gosh, who splattered all the reagents on the walls? I hope we don't touch them, or we might end up losing our tails.
We made it through. Let's keep moving forward.
Oops, did we turn the wrong way? We've been here before.
Let's try to find out where we need to go.
Great, it looks like we ended up exactly where we needed to go.
Oh no, it looks like we woke him up. Guys, write the correct answers to these problems in the comments, and let's see if we still know how to count.
Oh, my favorite, the multiplication table. It's definitely 4 here.
What luck we're having. Now we need to look for the key somewhere. I hope it wasn't at the very beginning.
I think I see something that looks like a button. Let's check what it does.
What if it's a fire alarm button and it will call the firefighters to rescue us?
Unfortunately, no. It seems like it just activated the school bell.
I didn't notice him at first. The bell attracted him, and he found our location. But the gates have opened. We just need to speed up a bit.
Phew, we were on the edge. I shudder to think what he might do to us.
Imagine if he had a section like Freddy from FNAF's Security Breach. Brr.
I don't want to think about it, or I'm afraid I'll remember it while we're running, and my paws will give out. It looks like we need a key. It says it's somewhere nearby. Let's find it.
It should be behind this building. Aha, got it.
Nice. I always knew we had a good nose and intuition.
Very curious about what awaits us ahead.
It's been a while since we had a battle. I think there's a lot more interesting stuff ahead.
Well, why guess when we can see everything ourselves right now?
And here's a new character. I understand this is also a robot, and she can cook. Very convenient.
I completely agree with you. Hey, Dobie, have you ever wondered what it would be like if we had robots in real life, like in the game Detroit, become human?
Oh, that would be incredible. Just imagine how much we could achieve with such androids. They could help us with investigations, handle routine tasks, and even assist in emergency situations.
Exactly. I think having such robots would significantly ease our work. Remember when we played as Connor? He was an excellent detective, and his abilities were simply amazing.
Of course, I remember. Playing as Connor was one of the most exciting parts of the game. He wasn't just a robot, he was a true partner. We could use his analyzer to find clues and quickly solve complex cases.
Yeah, that was so cool. I remember us conducting investigations and gathering evidence at crime scenes. The moment when we found a key clue that helped solve the case was especially memorable.
Exactly. And then there were those moments when we had to make important decisions that affected the fate of the characters and the entire plot. It added a special atmosphere and tension to the game.
You know what else I liked? How the game made us think about morality and ethics. The questions raised in the game were very relevant. What is the place of robots in society? Should they have rights like humans?
Absolutely. The game made us ponder how we relate to technology and how far we're willing to go in its development. If we had robots like in Detroit become human, we would have to address many ethical and moral questions.
Right. But despite all the challenges, it would be great to have such helpers. They could assist us in various situations and maybe even become our friends.
Who knows? Maybe in the future, we will actually see such technology. For now, we can enjoy the game and dream about how cool it would be if Connor existed in real life.
Agreed, Dobie. Detroit, Become Human is not just a game. It's a whole world that makes us think about the future. Playing as Connor allows us to imagine what our future could be like.
Meanwhile, we've already gone through enough challenges, and I feel that the final boss battle is just around the corner.
Given our intuition today, this must be the battle room.
Not surprising anymore. I might just buy myself a couple of lottery tickets after we defeat this crazy teacher and escape from here.
He's such a crazy robot that he crafted an upgraded version of himself capable of taking on anyone. But we're sheriffs. We've faced tougher challenges before.
Look, we need to hit his legs with the bat. It seems like that's the weak spot of this robot.
Interesting. Is it really a robot? Or could it actually be a metal suit over the teacher robot? If that's the case, it's a very clever design, but also quite fragile.
In that case, I want to put forward my theory. I think he created a copy of himself, but since he's a robot, he has access to all internet resources. And there, he learned how to transfer his mind into another metal body. It's very exciting.
Hooray! We defeated him. Hey, how boldly they tricked us. Dobie, your theory sounds like the plot of a good movie. I'd watch it. Have you ever thought about becoming a screenwriter?
Honestly, I've always had a vivid imagination, but I've noticed that I'm best at helping people. Plus, in our line of work, a creative approach never hurts.
Let's go! We almost got him. He's got just a little HP left.
He's quite clumsy and slow-witted. We've just been circling around him the whole time.
We finally killed it. Got it.
You're right. We've destroyed him, not just taken him down. Anyway, now the students of this school can sleep peacefully.
You're right. This adventure has been unforgettable. But unfortunately, it's come to an end. Thank you for joining us, dear friends. But don't be sad. Right now, we're starting a new one in a different place. Hi guys, welcome to our new Roblox video. Today we are diving into the exciting Escape Baby Bobby Daycare Obby mode.
Hi Labrador, hi everyone. This is going to be a real challenge.
I, Sheriff Labrador, and my faithful partner, Sheriff Dobie, will show you how to escape from the most guarded daycare in the world. Hello, Dobie.
This daycare is unlike any other. We'll face a huge number of obstacles and traps, as well as a formidable giant baby patrolling the area.
Yes, and don't forget about the advanced security technologies trying to stop us. We'll need to use all our skills to navigate jumps, avoid chases, and even cross hot liquid magma.
Exactly. And at the end, we will have an epic battle with Baby Bobby himself. This will be an unforgettable adventure.
Wow, did you see that scary face? That's the face of the baby we need to escape from.
We must defeat him to escape from this daycare.
Dobie, look, that's his cradle. We need to get through this parkour to escape the giant baby. Be careful, there are lots of traps here.
I see it, Labrador. Lasers, jumping platforms, and even floating cubes. We need to be extremely careful and precise in our movements.
Look, there are moving platforms ahead. Hang on, I'm gonna jump onto the first one. Ready?
Ready. Jumping after you.
Great, hold on, Dobie. We're on the right track. Just remember, the baby could spot us at any moment.
Look, Labrador, there's liquid magma below. One wrong step and we're done for. Be careful.
Yes, we need to be especially cautious here. I'll go ahead and you follow me. Ready?
Always ready. Jumping after you. Oh, that was close. I almost fell, but I managed to hold on.
Good job, Dobie. Keep up the pace. We're almost halfway there. Look, there's another tough section ahead with rotating blades.
I see them, Labrador. We need to time our jumps when the blades are at a safe distance.
Dobie, do you remember when a little boy called us? He was only 8 years old and he said he had been robbed. His voice was trembling with fear.
Of course, Labrador. He called us right from the street. He said some guy took his bike when he was riding home from school. We immediately went to the scene.
Yes, we quickly found the boy. He was standing at the intersection looking scared. We approached him and I said, "Don't worry, we're here to help."
He told us the robber was wearing a black jacket and rode off towards the park. We reassured him and promised to find his bike.
We headed to the park thinking the robber might be hiding there. As soon as we arrived, I spotted someone matching the boy's description.
Yes, I saw him too. We quietly approached and saw that he was indeed riding the stolen bike. I said, "This is our chance, Labrador. Let's approach him quietly."
We approached him and I said, "Stop! This is the police." The guy was stunned and stopped immediately. We detained him and I asked, "Where did you get this bike?" "Dobie, let's stop! We've woken him up! Look, he's up and running right at us! We need to think of something fast or he'll make us his toys."
Labrador, let's run to that big toy maze. He won't be able to catch us quickly among all those obstacles.
Great idea! Let's go, faster! We need to dash between these huge blocks and teddy bears. You go first, I'll follow.
I'm already there. The maze is really slowing him down. Labrador, look, there's a big slide ahead. If we slide down, we'll have a chance to lose him.
I see it. Let's go faster. Slide down. He's still at the other end of the maze. We have the advantage.
Oh, that was fun, but he's still chasing us. Look, there's a playroom ahead with lots of stuffed animals.
Hooray! We managed to escape from him. Look at him, how cute he is. He's crying because he couldn't catch us. He wanted to play tag with us, and he lost, so he's crying. Dobie, let's continue telling the story.
At first, he tried to deny it, but then he admitted to stealing it. We returned the bike to the boy and took the robber to the station.
When we returned the bike, the boy was overjoyed. He thanked us, and his mother couldn't believe it was resolved so quickly. We said, it's our job to help and protect.
Yes, Labrador, it was a good day. We were able to help the little boy and show him that he could rely on us.
So guys, if you ever have any problems, don't hesitate to call us. We're always ready to help.
Guys, how did you like the story? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and leave comments. You would be giving us a great gift. Thanks, everyone.
Dobie, are you okay? We fell right into the stomach of this giant baby.
Yes, Labrador, I'm fine, but we need to get out of here. We're surrounded by stomach acids and food. We need to act quickly.
Agreed. Look, there's a tunnel ahead, probably leading to his esophagus. If we go through it, we might have a chance to escape.
Good idea. Let's carefully make our way through so we don't slip. Stay close, Labrador. It could be slippery here.
I see the tunnel. It's pretty narrow, but we can squeeze through. Let's go, one at a time. I'll go first.
Okay, I'll follow you. It's dark and wet here. Be careful. We're already halfway through.
Dobie, look, there's light ahead. That might be the way out. We need to hurry.
Labrador, it really is the exit. Let's go faster before he swallows us again.
Dobie, remember when we arrived at that restaurant where everyone had been poisoned by that villain demanding money for the antidotes? It was a real catastrophe.
Yes, Labrador, I remember. People were in shock, many unconscious, but we couldn't leave them without help. We split up immediately. You kept an eye on the villain while I stayed to assist the victims.
I watched him as he extorted money from the patrons, offering them antidotes. When he least expected it, I approached and detained him while you were providing aid to the people.
We gathered all the victims in one place and started administering first aid. It was challenging, but we managed. Soon the ambulance arrived and transported everyone to the hospital.
We handed the villain over to the police, who were already waiting outside. It turned out he had previous convictions for fraud. Thankfully, no one died thanks to our quick response. Yes, Dobie, we really acted like true professionals. I hope that villain won't be able to harm anyone else. We had another story. Dobie, it was a crazy day. Skunks attacked our police station to free their brother from custody. They sprayed everything, and the station became unbearable.
Yes, Labrador, I remember that day. The whole station reeked of their spray. We could barely breathe. Those skunks were determined in their actions.
They took over the entire ground floor. We tried to drive them out, but they were persistent, especially their leader, a huge male who was clearly ready to do anything to save his brother.
Labrador, remember how we tried to use special deodorizing agents? But they quickly found ways around our defenses.
Yes, it was both funny and alarming at the same time. We eventually concluded that we needed to call in professional cleaners to rid the station of that smell.
But in the end, we managed to handle the situation. The skunks were taken back to nature, and their brother was transferred to a safer place. It was a real challenge for us, Labrador.
Dobie, we urgently need to find weapons to fight the boss. The RPG should help us deal with him quickly.
Right, Labrador, let's look for it. Here, I found the RPG. Now let's quickly prepare for battle.
There he is, the boss. But wait, it's not him. These are clones of the giant baby. They're everywhere. We need to hit each of them once.
They're all over the place. Labrador, be careful. We'll have to demonstrate our accuracy and speed.
I'm starting to shoot. First one down. But there are so many of them.
I'm getting them too. Second one killed. Don't give up, Labrador.
They're closing in. Another one bites the dust. Let's hold the defense, Dobie. There are a lot of them, but I believe we can handle it. Dobie, this is like a nightmare. We've been fighting these baby clones for eternity. They keep reappearing over and over again, and it's impossible to defeat them.
Yes, Labrador, it's madness. We shoot them. They disappear, and moments later, they're back again right in front of us. We need a plan to stop this endless stream.
I don't know how we got into this. They're so persistent, as if they were made for an endless battle.
Congratulations, everyone, on the victory. But this is not the end. Ahead of us lies another challenge, folks. I hope you've already subscribed to our YouTube channel.
Dobie, a week ago, our quiet town was struck by something terrible. A dragon. This event changed all our lives. We were not prepared for such a trial.
Yes, Labrador, it was a true trial. The dragon appeared out of nowhere, like a harbinger of apocalypse. Its roar echoed everywhere, and its fiery breath burned everything in its path.
We gathered together to defend our town. Our residents showed bravery, ready to stand up for their homes and families. We organized our defense and prepared for battle.
I remember how we divided tasks. Labrador, you coordinated combat actions, and I took charge of organizing evacuation and aid for the injured. It was our only hope for survival.
The dragon was immense and powerful. Our initial attempts to stop it were unsuccessful. Its scales repelled our arrows and even stone projectiles.
But we didn't give up. We used every resource we had. Our best archers and catapults attacked the dragon with all their might, but it kept advancing.
Day and night, we fought the dragon. Each time we thought we were nearing victory, it launched new attacks. Our town suffered from fire and destruction.
Our strength was in unity. We came together as one big family, determined to defend our town to the last. Every resident contributed to this struggle.
In the end, we found a weak spot on the dragon. We managed to strike it decisively. The dragon vanished in a burst of fire, leaving behind only ashes and destruction.
After the battle, we looked upon our ravaged town. Many homes were destroyed, but our hearts were filled with pride for our victory. We will rebuild our town and make it stronger than ever before.
That's a wrap, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye for now. Hello, dear friends. Today we are going to escape from prison.
But this is no ordinary prison. It's the prison of the amazing digital circus.
That's right, Dobie. We're in for some exciting challenges and puzzles. I think we'll even uncover some secrets and mysteries of the actual series, The Amazing Digital Circus. Let's get started.
Strangely, it smells like candy in the ventilation. Maybe they're making cotton candy nearby.
I don't think so. We're in a prison. Have you watched both episodes?
Yes, I recently watched the second episode, and I'm eagerly waiting for the next one. I was really surprised that Kane is an artificial intelligence.
Really? I didn't know that. I thought it was just Pomni's imagination, and the others were playing along with her.
We got out of the ventilation, and I'm still hoping to find some cotton candy.
What? Did you hear that? It seems we're not alone. Oh my God, why did she come out of the wall?
Hurry, run away from her. Hopefully she's slower than we.
I wonder why they locked us up. Maybe we found the exit of the digital circus.
Look, she got stuck. I think they locked us in the cage because we know too much, or they just don't want to share their cotton candy with us.
Stop talking about it. Do you have sugar brains? If that's the case, then I'll be a zombie.
All right, I won't talk about it anymore. I just want something sweet. It's a pity we can't eat chocolate, and I don't have any dog chocolate.
Have you had chocolate with you all this time? That would have been a great bait. Why didn't you throw it at Pomni?
Honestly, I didn't even think about it. And I doubt the characters of the digital circus know how to eat. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to continuously record their shows, and they already come out very slowly.
It seems we ended up in the toilet through the ventilation. I wouldn't want the service guy to burst into the ventilation while I'm doing my business.
Wait, inspect the other stalls.
Oops! I'm sorry, sir. I'm burning with embarrassment right now. Let's get out of this awkward situation as quickly as possible.
Didn't it seem strange to you that he was just standing there, staring at the wall? Maybe he was eavesdropping on us to find out our vulnerabilities, and he's our main boss. If that's the case, it's a very interesting twist of events. In that case, I retract my apologies.
It seems you're exaggerating, Dobie. Maybe he just hadn't started doing his business yet. Look at his big skull and those bright neon eyes. I would like to have something like him at home. A beautiful statue with lighting.
Yeah, he's really cool. Phew, a giant boulder just rolled past us. It's a good thing we didn't reach it in time. It would have flattened us into pancakes.
Another boulder. That's a very simple challenge. I can't wait for a powerful boss to appear so we can play on equal terms.
Labrador, do you think the characters of the digital circus will be able to get out of it?
I don't know, but every story has an end, and it's likely to be in the last episode.
Curious where we're headed. It seems I understand now. It's the boss room.
Looks like you guessed wrong. It's Zubal's dungeon. What did they lock her up for?
Oh no, the gates are closed. Look for the lever. It's probably in that room.
Yes, I see it. Strange room. Did Zubal really write all these inscriptions? It seems she's bored here all alone.
Oh no, she caught us. I hope we don't have to start all over again. That was unfair. That room acted like a trap because it was a dead end.
I agree, but our complaints won't help us get further, so let's focus on the game. By the way, guys, leave a comment on which modes in Roblox we should try next. If you want to see Dobie and me play the scariest Roblox map, give us a like.
I have a theory that everything around us is made of plasticine because it's all so bright and colorful. Plastic would have cracked a long time ago. We haven't even tried touching the walls. What if they're actually candy? That's why it smelled so sweet.
Dobie, it seems like you're starting to rave.
Sorry, Sheriff Labrador. It looks like the circus environment is affecting me. Maybe it's hypnotizing me with all its colors, and that's why I'm feeling dizzy. Or maybe it's because I didn't eat this morning.
I hope you don't turn into a hungry zombie with a sugar brain and eat me. Brr! That's scary.
To prevent this from happening, let's take a break from the game and tell the guys a story about how we saved the city from the attack of infected mutant ants.
Of course, it all started when a meteorite fell on the outskirts of the city. Initially, everyone thought it was a rare but harmless natural event. However, it soon became clear that the consequences of the meteorite's impact were far more terrifying. A few days after the fall, we began receiving reports of strange and aggressive ants attacking people and animals. At first, we thought it was just a coincidence, but it soon became evident that these were no ordinary ants.
When we arrived at the scene, we saw that the ants were huge, the size of a small dog, and their behavior was clearly aggressive. They attacked everything in their path, and there seemed to be a strange gleam in their eyes, as if they were being controlled by an unknown force. We immediately evacuated the residents of the nearby houses and began coordinating efforts with scientists and insect control specialists. It was clear to us that the mutant ants were somehow linked to the meteorite.
After thorough investigation, scientists discovered that the meteorite brought a virus from another planet, which mutated the local ants, making them huge and aggressive. The virus spread rapidly, and we had to find a way to stop it before the ants overran the entire city. We organized a search operation to locate the epicenter of the virus spread. It turned out that the main anthill was located near the meteorite crash site. We realized that if we destroyed the source of the virus, we could stop the ants.
Together with the team of specialists, we infiltrated the anthill. It was dangerous and challenging, but we knew we had no other choice. We set explosives and orchestrated a controlled explosion, destroying the virus epicenter.
After that, the ants quickly began to lose their mutant abilities and became less aggressive. Scientists developed an antivirus, which we sprayed throughout the city to neutralize the remaining infection hotspots. The city was saved, and the residents were able to return to normal life.
An amazing story. Being a sheriff sure exposes you to all sorts of new things. And the best part is, now we have something to talk about with our friends.
Yeah, Dobie, being a sheriff is cool. I have a bad feeling it seems like we're about to face the boss battle, finally.
Sheriff Labrador, just look at him. He's so funny. Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha! You're right, Dobie. Why is he looking in different directions? How can he see us?
To be honest, I feel a bit sorry for him too. Maybe we shouldn't kill him.
Ouch! He threw a tomato at us. Looks like that's all he's capable of. Unfortunately, we'll have to kill him because only then will the gates open and we can move forward.
Okay, let's focus on the boss. Grab the bazooka and shoot the same thing he's shooting.
Oh, take this tomato to the face, Jax.
That's what he deserves. Next time, he won't spoil vegetables and fruits. They could have gone to charity.
My face is already covered in vegetable scraps. Just a little bit more. He has very little HP left.
We did it. Well done.
Phew, he exploded so powerfully. We have his gun left. Maybe it will come in handy later.
Of course it will be needed, Labrador. Ahead of us awaits the final boss, and we still don't know who it is. By the way, who do you think it is?
I think the main boss is Kinger because he's the king. So he's the ultimate boss. Let's tell the guys another story while we're on our way to him. It will be about how we were forgotten on a deserted island for a week.
It seems like one of those days when all plans vanish like smoke. Labrador and I decided to go fishing on a small boat in a secluded bay. But something went wrong. We lost our bearings and sailed into unknown waters.
Yeah, we definitely messed up with navigation. The weather was unstable and we found ourselves on a deserted island, far from civilization. At first it seemed like a thrilling adventure, but as the days passed, we started to worry.
We tried to send out SOS signals, but there was no one who could hear us. We had to survive on that island for the entire week.
But remember, Dobie, it wasn't just a trial. During our stay, we discovered something strange on the northern part of the island. It was a small bunker buried underground. At first glance, it seemed abandoned for a long time, but something inside made us suspect otherwise.
Yeah, and that turned out to be true. In the bunker, we found old records and documents indicating that this island was used by the military for secret experiments in the past. It turned out that research was conducted here to create biological weapons.
Oh, Dobie, it looks like we'll have to postpone the story for a bit because right now we're going to fight the main boss of this map, Kane.
He crafted himself some big combat suit. That's good protection.
You're right. Such a suit would come in handy for us at the police precinct, for example, during prisoner riots or mass terrorist attacks.
Just look at the attention he paid to the details of the suit. There's even a bow tie and a hat. I think he's a bit obsessed with gentlemanliness.
Yeah, thank goodness we took the bazooka from Jax. We would be running around the field unarmed right now, searching for an exit.
We've already taken off one of his arms. He's shooting half as effectively. Let's push harder. We're almost there.
Take this. Get it.
I'm tired of killing him too. When will we defeat him? Maybe we're not hitting him?
Yes.
We did it, Sheriff Labrador.
We need to celebrate this. How about going to the dog cafe?
Not a bad idea. Did you see how beautifully he exploded?
Yay, it seems you wanted to finish telling the story.
Right. Thanks for reminding me. We stopped at finding the abandoned bunker.
We were shocked by this discovery. The history of this place was dark and dangerous. We realized that something needed to be done to prevent further use of the island for sinister purposes.
We gathered all the information we found and did everything possible to reach the nearest settlement and report it. Our persistence and determination allowed us to return home and prevent a potential threat.
So, dear friends, today we escaped from the amazing digital circus prison and went through a lot of challenges, but it's time to say goodbye. Be sure to watch our other videos and don't forget to like. See you soon. Hello everyone, guys. Dobie and I really want to go to the bathroom, but the angry teacher won't let us. We'll have to endure or go through the challenges and get to the bathroom.
Yes, guys, hello. So today we logged into Roblox in the mode Don't Poop Yourself at School. Labrador, I really need to go to the bathroom. Let's hurry up. I'm about to brick it right here.
Dobie, do you see how scary it is here? This school is very frightening. There are rumors that the teachers here are real monsters. That's why they don't let students go to the bathroom.
Labrador, today we will find out the truth. But I can already tell you something. It's a big secret. Subscribers. I can tell you too, but you have to subscribe to the channel, like, and leave any comment. Time starts now.
Hey, Dobie, did you also notice that something's not right in our school? These teachers seem strange.
Oh, Labrador, haven't you figured it out yet? They are monsters. Remember Mr. Brown, our math teacher? He has glowing orbs instead of eyes.
Yeah, and his creepy smile when he gives us tests. It's like he feeds on our fear. And Miss Green, the biology teacher? She's definitely not human. Her hands sometimes look like tentacles.
Exactly. And she constantly asks us to bring live frogs for experiments. She's way too into dissecting, if you know what I mean.
Haha, yeah, right. And Mr. Red, our PE teacher, he's always so angry, and when he yells, his voice sounds like a wolf's growl.
Oh, yes, and he never lets us go to the bathroom. It's crazy. Maybe he's afraid we'll find out his secrets.
Quite possible. Remember how he caught Johnny when he tried to run away during recess? He snuck up on him so fast it was like he had 4 legs.
Oh, and Miss White from the library? She never blinks. I saw her eyes glowing in the dark when I returned a book after closing.
How creepy. She's definitely not human. I think she drinks more than just tea when she sits in her chair.
Labrador, have you noticed that the school is always eerily cold? Like there are ghosts here.
Yeah, and the strange noises in the hallways. Last night I heard someone whispering my name. It wasn't you, was it?
No way! In those moments, I hide under the blanket. But remember how we found those footprints on the floor in the chemistry lab? They were huge, like those of a Yeti.
Oh yeah, and that strange smell, like something's rotting. I think that was Mr. Red's dinner.
Haha, possibly. But what should we do? We need to uncover their secrets and tell everyone.
Yes, but first we need to find a safe place. Maybe in the old abandoned classroom.
Great idea. We'll gather evidence and save the other students. We're real detectives.
Hey Dobie, do you see those huge guys on the field? We need to somehow get past them without getting crushed.
Oh, Labrador, those guys look like real tanks. The coach is definitely serious about their training. Look, that's Coach Brown, our PE teacher. He's definitely not human, more like a bull in human skin.
Yeah, you're right. He yells so loudly that the ground shakes. And those players, if we're not careful, we'll get flattened.
Okay, Labrador, stay close to me. We need to be like ninjas to sneak past them. Over there on the left, the players seem busy practicing tackles.
Good idea, Dobie. But look, Chris, our classmate just dashed past us on the right. He's running so fast as if Coach Brown himself was chasing him.
Ha ha ha, exactly. I think Coach Brown secretly pumps them full of adrenaline. And what about Coach Green? He's standing by the goal and looks like he's about to explode with anger.
Yeah, and his constant growling when someone makes a mistake. I think he'll turn into the Hulk if someone throws the ball wrong. Hey, let's go behind that pile of helmets. They might give us some cover.
Agreed. Be careful. Don't trip. Oh, and there's Coach Red. His arms look bigger than my legs. Did you see him lift 3 guys at once yesterday?
Yeah, Red could compete in the world's strongest man show. I think he feeds his players some special mix. Hey, look, Coach White is here too. He's writing something in his notebook, probably planning how to catch us.
Or coming up with a new strategy to turn us into American football stars. But let's hope that's not the case. Ha ha.
One day, we received an urgent call from the city school. Students and parents were in a panic as the teachers suddenly turned into supervillains and blocked all the exits. Our city had never seen such chaos. Dobie and I immediately realized that an evil scientist, who had tried to wreak havoc before, was behind this.
Yes, Labrador. That villain was known as Professor Treachery. His goal was always to create chaos and fear. This time, he turned our teachers into monsters and took over the school. We knew we didn't have time to think. We headed straight to the school to deal with the situation.
The first thing we did was sneak into the school through the back entrance. Inside, we were met with a terrible surprise. The hallways were filled with traps and obstacles. Overcoming one obstacle after another, we began searching for the evil professor.
In every classroom, we encountered teachers who had been turned into supervillains. Mrs. Gray, the math teacher, had become the Ice Queen, freezing everything around her. Mr. Brown, the PE teacher, had turned into the Iron Bruiser with superhuman strength. Each encounter was a tough challenge, but we didn't give up.
We understood that we needed to find the source of this transformation and stop Professor Treachery. As we passed through the library, we stumbled upon a secret passage leading to an underground laboratory. That's where the professor was hiding with his evil equipment.
When Professor Treachery saw us, he tried to activate his last trump card, a giant robot that was supposed to destroy the school, but we didn't give him a chance. Using our wit and agility, we disabled the robot and captured the professor.
Gathering all the evidence of his crimes, we called for backup. Professor Treachery was arrested and his equipment was destroyed. Gradually, the teachers returned to normal, and the school once again became a place where you could learn without fear.
We're glad we could save the school and restore peace and calm. That day reminded us of how important it is to be ready for any challenge and to protect our city from evil.
That day started like any other, but turned into a real fairy tale. Dobie and I were patrolling our city when we noticed a strange glow coming from an old building on the outskirts. Deciding to check it out, we went inside and found ourselves drawn into an incredible adventure.
Yes, Labrador, it was something unimaginable. We entered a laboratory full of strange machines and vials. Suddenly, an evil scientist we had never seen before appeared. He introduced himself as Dr. Confidus and announced that he was going to turn all people into sweets. We tried to stop him, but he activated his machine, and we were both enveloped in a bright light.
When the light faded, we were horrified to find that we had turned into wild animals. I became a wolf and Dobie a fox. But that wasn't the worst part. Everyone around us had turned into sweets. Houses, shops, and streets were all covered with candies, cookies, and pastries that were once people.
We knew we had to act quickly. Our first task was to find Dr. Confetus, but he had disappeared. While searching for clues, we encountered several animals who had also been transformed from people. They were panicking, but we calmed them down and promised to find a way to return everyone to their normal state.
Our first step was to find a safe place for the animals to hide from other wild beasts. We found an old abandoned farm where they could take shelter. Then we headed deep into the forest, hoping to find some traces that could lead us to Dr. Confidus.
Labrador, do you remember how we stumbled upon that ancient cave? Inside, we found old records and magical symbols. It turned out that Dr. Confidus had used ancient magic to create his machine. We realized we needed to find a magical artifact to break the spell.
We continued searching and came across a magical tree that, according to legends, could set things right. The tree was guarded by a pack of wolves, but thanks to my new form, I was able to convince them to let us pass. We received a magical fruit from the tree, which was supposed to destroy the spell.
Returning to the city, we found Dr. Confidus's machine. I climbed inside and destroyed it using the magical fruit. Immediately after, all the sweets began to turn back into people. Dr. Confidus's magic was undone.
However, this didn't free Dobie and me from our animal forms. At the last moment, we found Dr. Confidus trying to escape. We caught him and forced him to return us to our human bodies. He reluctantly agreed, knowing he had no other choice.
Once we were back in our normal forms, everyone in the city thanked us for saving them. Dr. Confidus was arrested, and the city returned to normal. It was an adventure we will never forget.
Hey, Dobie, see that teacher? She's throwing textbooks at us. We need to figure out how to stop her right away.
Wow, Labrador. Let's take cover. That's Miss Duty. She's furious. But what do we have against her textbooks?
Look, there are plungers in the corner. Let's use them. We can throw them at her to neutralize the threat.
Ha ha ha! This is going to be hilarious. All right, Labrador. Aim and throw.
Catch this, Miss Duty. The plunger is flying. Look, it hit her right in the hair.
Great throw. Now it's my turn. I grab the plunger and throw. Ah, missed. I need to be more precise.
Don't give up, Dobie. We have to defeat her so we can finally go to the bathroom. Another throw. Hit her in the shoulder.
Ha ha! Labrador! She looks like a hedgehog with plungers. My second throw. Right in the stomach. Direct hit.
The plungers are ready. Who would have thought we'd have to fight a teacher using plungers? But if that's the only way to win and get to the bathroom, so be it. Dobie, look, her health is decreasing. Just a bit more and we'll defeat her. Throw another one.
With pleasure. Here you go, Miss Duty. Another plunger and... Got her. We defeated her.
Hooray! Now we can finally go to the bathroom. Great job, Dobie. Thank you for watching. See you again. Hi guys, we're back in Roblox, and today we're playing the Escape from Minions Prison mode. Ready for an adventure?
Hi, friends. Yes, this is going to be fun. Imagine a prison full of minions. Who would have thought that these little yellow creatures could be so dangerous?
So, our first step is to get out of the cell. Look, we need to crawl through the ventilation duct. Oh, it's like in prison escape movies.
Exactly. Go ahead, Labrador. You go first. You have more experience with this stuff. Aha.
All right, here we go. Oh, it's pretty tight. Hey, Dobie, remember the last time you got stuck in the vents?
Ha! Right. That was in the Escape from the Asylum mode. Hopefully, these vents are wider. And here's the first boss, a huge minion with a laser gun.
Wow, he's a serious guy. Okay, I have a plan. We need to jump on the platforms, dodge his shots, and attack him with our bazooka.
Wow, and I thought minions only love bananas. Okay, jump, shoot. Oh no, he's aiming at me.
Dobie, take care of yourself. Shoot at his legs to slow him down. Yes, like that. We've almost defeated him.
Hooray! The first boss is down. But listen, what's that sound? It looks like we have trouble ahead. Another boss, Mega Minion with a shield and hammer.
Right, he looks tough. We need to be smart. Let's try to trick him and hit his weak spots when he lifts the shield.
Good plan, attack! Oh, look, he's swinging his hammer like Thor. Ha! I hope he's not as accurate.
Come on, Dobie, dodge. He's vulnerable when he attacks. Shoot him. Yes, we did it. He's defeated.
Whew, that was intense. But we made it. Labrador, do you remember how we used to watch Despicable Me as kids? Minions were always funny, and now they're real bosses.
You watched Despicable Me? The Minions are the coolest characters ever.
These little yellow guys are always at the center of all the funny situations. Have you guys watched this movie?
Yeah, I think everyone has. So, let's tell them what's going on here. We're in the secret base of the Minions. To escape, we need to complete a tough parkour and defeat 2 Minion bosses. Sounds like a real challenge.
Wow, there are so many rusty pipes and platforms, they don't look very sturdy. Labrador, be careful not to fall.
I'm trying. Oh, I always said Minions are jack of all trades, but their work isn't always perfect. Aha! Here's the first challenge. We need to jump over these moving platforms.
They probably made this to slow us down. By the way, remember how in Despicable Me, the Minions were always repairing and inventing things? Looks like they've been busy here too.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look, up ahead is our first boss, a huge Minion with a laser gun. This is going to be tough.
A huge Minion? Maybe he just ate too many bananas? Haha. All right, let's focus. To defeat him, we need to dodge his shots and attack back.
Hey, Dobie, remember how we met the Minions a week ago? That was unforgettable.
Oh yeah, how could I forget? Did you ever expect our ice cream trip to end up with meeting those yellow guys?
Not at all. We had just left the store when we saw one Minion chasing another who was rolling a giant ice cream ball down the street. They're always so funny.
Haha, exactly. And remember how they invited us to help with their latest experiment? They messed up the instructions so much that we ended up exploding a bunch of popcorn in their lab.
Oh, it was a real popcorn rain. Good thing we managed to escape before Gru showed up. He wouldn't have been pleased.
Yeah, but the Minions were thrilled. They even gave us a tour of their secret base. Remember how one of them tried to show us his new gadget, the banana blaster?
Oh yeah, and how the blaster, instead of shooting bananas, started spraying banana puree all over the place. We were in a sticky nightmare.
Uh-huh. Good thing we got cleaned up when they took us to the banana bath. I still can't believe they have a separate room just for washing bananas.
Minions and their quirks. But then they showed us their new project, a giant cleaning robot. That was something.
Yes, but the Minions forgot to set it up properly, and it started chasing us with a giant mop. Good thing we managed to turn it off before it turned everything into chaos.
But the funniest part was when we decided to race on their little yellow cars. These cars look so cute, but driving them is a real challenge.
Haha, yeah, especially when they decided to turn on all the obstacles and traps. I still can't believe we made it through the Ring of Fire unscathed.
That was a real adventure. And finally, remember how they surprised us with a huge cake?
Oh yeah, except instead of cream, it had a whole kilogram of banana puree, but it was fun and delicious.
Dobie, remember how it all started? The Minions showed up at our office with rocket blueprints, promising that with their help, we could travel across the galaxy. When we were tasked with building a rocket for galactic exploration, we didn't expect this project to become one of the toughest challenges in our careers. This whole story began with the arrival of the Minions who offered their assistance. Who would have thought that these funny yellow creatures would turn out to be such tricksters?
Of course, Labrador. They seemed so friendly and enthusiastic. Their plans looked incredibly detailed, and we decided it was worth a try.
We started building the rocket at our police station. The Minions took on most of the work since they were real experts in mechanics and electronics. Everything went smoothly, and the rocket was ready for launch in record time.
The launch day arrived, and we all gathered at the launch pad. The Minions were so excited that we didn't suspect any deception. We launched the rocket and headed into space.
The first few days of the flight were amazing. We saw incredible planets and stars. But then, as we approached the first planet, the Minions suddenly changed course and locked us in a compartment.
We were shocked. It turned out the Minions planned to steal all the planets and resources to create their own empire. They deceived us to use our knowledge and resources for their purposes.
We had to come up with a plan quickly. We knew we had to stop them and regain control of the rocket. We began looking for weaknesses in the security system that could help us escape.
After several hours of intense work, we managed to hack the system and disable the locks. We broke out of the compartment and confronted the Minions in the control center.
It was an epic battle. The Minions used all their tricks and gadgets to stop us. But Dobie and I were stronger and smarter. We managed to take control of the rocket and set course back to Earth.
When we returned to Earth, we reported the Minions' betrayal and their plans to steal planets. The Minions were arrested and sent to prison for further investigation.
This experience taught us to be cautious and not trust everyone blindly. But most importantly, we were able to protect our world and our galaxy from danger once again.
Yes, Labrador, we did an important job. Now we know that even in need to stay vigilant, and who knows what other adventures await us in the future.
Dobie, remember how it all started? We were called to the city because the Minions were causing chaos everywhere. When Dobie and I were tasked with investigating the criminal activities of the Minions, we never expected that we would eventually meet their leader, Gru. Our goal was not only to stop the Minions, but also to try to understand what drives Gru to behave the way he does.
Of course, Labrador. They were stealing, creating havoc, and disturbing everyone's peace. We quickly realized that someone more cunning and smart was behind all this.
We began our investigation and soon discovered Gru, who was the king of all Minions. We were warned that he was very dangerous, but we decided to approach this case differently.
Yes, instead of arresting him right away, we decided to try talking to him. It was important to understand why he became like this, and if it was possible to reform him.
We went to his lair, and to our surprise, Gru wasn't all that bad. He was gruff, but in his eyes we could see weariness and disappointment.
It turned out that Gru was a genius who had simply lost faith in people due to past betrayals and disappointments. The Minions had become a kind of family for him, one he never had.
We started meeting with him more often, trying to show him that not all people are bad. We told him stories about our childhood, about how important it is to have real friends.
One day we invited him to a picnic. It was an ordinary day, but for Gru, it became something new and special. We played games, laughed, and just enjoyed the time together.
Gradually, Gru began to change. He became more open and kind. The Minions, seeing the change in their leader, also started behaving better.
Of course, it wasn't all smooth sailing. There were moments when Gru relapsed and became the old Gru again. But we didn't give up and continued to support him.
Eventually, Gru completely changed. He even started helping us with investigations and, along with the Minions, began protecting the city from criminals.
It was a long and difficult journey, but we managed to turn Gru from an evil genius into a kind and caring person. He became our friend and ally.
We proved that everyone deserves a second chance. And with friendship and support, even the most hardened villains can change.
Yes, Labrador. And now our city is safer and happier, thanks to our new friend Gru and his Minions.
After that tough parkour, we have to face the boss. Yeah, Labrador, especially with those yellow walls and giant bananas trying to knock us down. Who do you think came up with these traps? Must be some super brainy Minion. They probably thought regular prisons were too boring.
Oh, it looks like this is the real boss. And we only have a bazooka to take him down. Labrador, are you ready?
Of course, I'm always ready for these adventures. Let's keep shooting at him before he turns us into banana salad.
Haha, banana salad. All right, Mega Minion boss, take this.
Watch out for his attacks. He's throwing huge banana bombs.
Whoa, these bombs are definitely not from the store. Listen, we only have a few shots left. Aim carefully.
Absolutely. Hey, Dobie, remember the last time we tried to escape from Nanny Betty? I think that was even harder.
Oh, for sure. But that's a story for another time. All right, guys. See you next time in the world of Roblox. Hello, everybody. This is Dobie, but I'm not alone.
I'm here too. Hello, everyone. Today we're going to escape from the running head.
But it's not that simple because we have a lot of difficult challenges ahead.
Yeah, that's right, Dobie. But since we're sheriffs, no challenges can scare us.
Look, we've encountered the first running head, but it's very slow, so we can ignore it.
But we shouldn't lose our vigilance because there are probably a lot of traps here.
This maze is very simple. There's not even a ceiling, so we can peek to see how to get to the end.
Great, they won't catch us behind this barrier.
I want to see how smart they are.
That was a bit risky, but I also love taking risks. It's a big part of our job, after all.
Yes, but the key is to always think through your actions in advance and have a backup plan in case things go wrong.
Listen, they're getting really close to us. We need to watch our tails.
They walk so weirdly, and now they're stuck together. It looks like they're kissing.
I agree. I can't even imagine how they walk without legs.
Look, there's this gigantic one blocking our path to the finish. Let's find a way around it.
Oh, I see. It looks like it was a test of attention. We went through similar tests when we became sheriffs.
There are 3 heads in a narrow passage here. We'll need to use some parkour skills.
Oh no, they're kissing again. Let's turn away so they don't distract us. Maybe they're doing it on purpose to make us stumble.
Oh, he looks like that giant one, but luckily he's very slow and not very bright. We can easily outsmart him.
I think we're nearing the end of the first stage. Most likely, it's just beyond. Oh, there was a little trap here. That's exactly what happens when you lose focus. But since we're not on a mission, it's not a big deal. Always play for fun, guys.
Well, you were right. This stairs led to the portal to the next stage.
We continue. It seems we've entered some wooden house. There are 2 doors here. Let's go left.
Oh, he's standing with his back to us. Although it doesn't have a back, so I guess it's facing away with its nape.
Here we need to slip through very quickly because he's distracted by another hole in the wall.
Listen, I don't even know. Oh, I meant to say that I don't know where we need to go. Why did he stand unpredictably around the corner?
I think it's deliberately done by the author to scare us. As for where we're going, I'm not sure myself. Since the monitor can't emit smells, we can't find the exit using our dog instincts, so we're going blindly. But the main thing is not to turn around to avoid going back to the starting point.
Great! We've reached the checkpoint, which means we're halfway through the maze. Usually, checkpoints aren't placed just for fun, so there might be danger ahead of us.
Oops! Let's quickly crawl into the gap before this head regains consciousness.
Another checkpoint. Great! Seems like it's a new element of the challenge. We need to veer off the path in time before this head catches us right in its mouth.
Oh my god, we got a bit distracted and missed the turn. Well, no big deal. We understood the gist, and we'll quickly get back to the same spot.
Remember, Lab, how we spent nights playing horror games as kids?
Of course, those evenings with popcorn and an old computer, we cursed that eerie monastery 100 times.
I wonder how that has influenced our work now.
I think it taught us not to panic in dark corners. Remember when we first encountered that strange case in the abandoned mine?
Yeah, all those sounds and rustling. It felt like something out of an old game back then, too.
But thanks to our childhood fascination, we remained composed and figured out the situation. No mystique, just work.
And strangely enough, it still saves us to this day. I'm glad we spent those evenings in forgotten horrors together.
Me too, Dobie. In our world, every day can be like a horror movie, but we're always ready for it.
So, here we are at the 3rd stage of this place. Continuing on. It seems like another maze.
I hope this one will be more interesting and challenging, because the first one was boring, but I understand. It was just preparing us.
On this level, a lot of new mobs have been added. They even scare me a little. Brr, it's creepy.
I agree, but we shouldn't let fear take over, because it's deliberately designed to scare us and prevent us from completing this level. So, let's gather our strength and move forward, ignoring the obstacles.
By the way, speaking of strange creatures, Labrador, do you remember how we saved the town from mutant snakes? Let's tell that story. The day started like any other, but everything changed when reports came in about strange incidents in the town. People were talking about snakes that had once been harmless, but had now evolved, growing arms and legs. They began attacking people and taking over the streets. Labrador and I immediately headed to the scene.
Later, it turned out that all of this was orchestrated by an evil scientist from a neighboring town. He had made a bet with other scientists that he could take over our town and receive a reward from the government for it. When we arrived in the town, we saw real chaos. The mutant snakes were armed and organized, attacking the residents. Our first priority was to rescue people and restore order. We needed to act quickly and develop a plan.
We gathered a team of brave assistants and began a counterattack. Our efforts were focused on ensuring the safety of the people and identifying weaknesses in the snake's defenses.
Hold on a second, Dobie. We need to pause the story for a bit. We've just completed another stage. Good job!
So, where did I leave off? During one of our operations, we managed to capture one of their leaders, a huge snake with a head in command. He revealed that they planned to take over the town and make it their new home.
With our knowledge and resourcefulness, we devised a plan to stop these mutants. We used special tactics to weaken their defenses and reduce their numbers. The battle was fierce, but thanks to our endurance and friendship, we emerged victorious.
It seems like we're in a more modern house compared to the 2nd stage. Here, it looks like Stone Age heads live, given the stone walls around us.
Oops, we've accidentally reached the starting point again, but no worries. Let's go back and turn in the other direction now.
Oh, these challenges are still very simple. It seems like this place is designed for children rather than sheriffs.
I'm also a bit disappointed by that, but I'm optimistic that a very challenging trial will come soon.
Ouch! That was unfair from the developer. I would have made that jump because I have very good reflexes. Oh well, let's forget about it.
Dobie, what do you think about these heads? Where do you think they came from?
To be honest, I don't even know which universe or game they're from, but I do know for sure that they're very popular on the internet, and they're quite creepy. Perhaps that's why they're popular. Their distinctive feature of having a face painted with white makeup and poorly applied lipstick.
Did you see that head around the corner? We almost ran into it. Once again, good reflexes saved us.
Oh, again! What are they doing there? Maybe they were also trying to jump over something and got stuck there forever?
That's a good theory. Well, we've completed another stage. Let's move on.
I hope it will be more interesting there.
All right, we've spawned in a new location. It seems to be a maze, but not a simple one. A transparent maze. What the heck?
Don't get disappointed so early, Sheriff Labrador. For some reason, you can't see through glass to other glass. I must have forgotten my school physics. But will we also be hindered by women's heads?
I thought those heads reproduced by budding, but it turns out the women were just on another level. Now it makes sense.
These women are prettier than those heads, but they still look ugly.
Oh no, we're stuck. Listen, this glass is really confusing. It seems to create very strange visual effects. Normally, such effects are caused by glasses.
Let's lighten the mood by remembering the funny story about how we rescued a school kid who was fooling around with a fire extinguisher and got stuck in a tree. Recently, Labrador and I had a special day, a tour for school children. We arrived at the school with a fire truck, an ambulance, and a police car to show the kids how our service works. The children were thrilled, especially when they were allowed to climb into the vehicles and try out being rescuers.
Everything was going smoothly until we noticed one of the students, a little rascal named Tim, quietly sneaking over to the fire truck and stealing a fire extinguisher. We thought he just wanted to play, but suddenly we heard screams. It turned out that Tim had activated the fire extinguisher and ended up in a tree, covered in foam.
I sense something's off here. We need to check carefully. The situation was critical. Tim was hanging from a branch, tightly gripping the fire extinguisher, and looked terrified. I immediately ran to the tree while Labrador coordinated the children to keep them away.
While Dobie climbed the tree, I calmed the children and explained that Tim would be safe. Thanks to his agility, Dobie quickly reached Tim. He spoke to him in a calm voice, convincing the boy to let go of the fire extinguisher and hold onto the branch.
This is a very strange challenge. Some heads are falling, while others aren't. When I reached Tim, he was on the verge of tears. I gently took his hand and helped him down. Tim was okay, but shaken. We talked to him about the importance of being careful and listening to adults.
Great, we've completed another stage. Moving on to the sixth one. I wonder how many there are in total. After that incident, we continued the tour, but with new safety rules. The children understood that safety is not a game. At the end of the day, everyone thanked us for the exciting lesson and promised to be more careful.
This day showed us that even the most ordinary events can unexpectedly turn into extreme situations. The main thing is that we are always ready to help and protect those who need it.
Hi guys, turns out we're only halfway through this place. Later on, it's gonna get really tough, which we're really happy about. Well, it's time for us to say goodbye. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
Write in the comments if you want to see the second part. See you later.
Hello everyone, Sheriff Labrador here. Can you guess who we're escaping from today? And by the way, I'm not alone.
Yes, Dobby is here too.
As you can see, we're in the house trapped by the evil grandmother. Our task for today is to escape from here. We need to be quiet so as not to wake her up.
But it's not that simple. Don't let her age fool you. She has built a complex of challenges in her house.
Look, she threw away our photo. It seems she hates us.
Let's start the escape. Oh, look, this is a photo of that old man we've already run away from. Looks like they're married.
Oh no, I hope she doesn't wake up from this. Yes, I remember how we escaped from that old man. Be sure to check it out on our channel.
Wow, it looks like this vent led straight to the attic of this house. I hope that Grandma doesn't catch us here. Oh, she even set up mines.
She probably loves cats since there's a photo of one hanging in her attic. Although, all grandmas love cats.
Why do you think this old lady put us in a cage?
As she probably wanted to make soup out of us.
Oh, look, I just noticed we're at a great height, and there are spikes below us.
I hope we don't fall right into the grandmother's mouth when we come out of the ventilation.
I hope so too. It would be tragic if she ate us right away.
There's a lot of dust in this ventilation. It's driving me crazy.
Oh, look, this grandma is right in front of us. I hope she doesn't wake up right now. Let's jump onto her belly.
Oh, that was unexpected, but it's good she didn't notice us.
Look, are those teeth in a jar? Fee!
I agree, that's disgusting. All right, we need to hurry before she wakes. I didn't even get to finish my sentence.
She's running right after us.
Shoo, what are these snotty green cookies? We'd better not step on them.
She's even farting.
Oh no, she's too close. She might grab us by the tail.
Look, there's a red button in front of us. We need to press it quickly.
This button opened a passage ahead. Let's run there before the evil grandma catches us.
Oh, look how red the evil grandma turned. We should jump next to her.
Look, now she's not even paying attention to us.
There are so many cookies here. I was right when I said she really loves cookies.
The evil grandma is so clumsy that she even knocked over the glass of milk.
Grandma completely forgot about us. She's not even trying to chase us anymore.
Oh, look, it's a giant fan that will lift us straight up.
There are traps along our path set by the evil grandma, but we won't give up. We'll easily overcome them.
I completely agree with you, Dobie. There are no obstacles on our path that we cannot overcome.
Oh, we almost fell back down. We need to be more careful.
Hooray, we've overcome those traps.
Don't celebrate too soon. Let's see what awaits us next behind this door.
Look, we've ended up in some sort of dungeon.
Let's jump on these geysers. I think they'll help us move forward.
Hey, Dobie, don't you think it's getting too hot in here?
I agree with you. It's getting too hot here. Let's get out of here quickly and eat some cold ice cream.
Phew, the board broke right under us. I hope that doesn't happen again.
Look, there's ventilation again. I think we should climb into it.
The ventilation is dusty again. I hope there are no spiders here.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see a giant spider here.
Oh no, we fell into the room where the evil grandma is knitting.
I hope we don't meet her here. I wouldn't want her to knit a scarf out of us.
Listen, it sounds like something gigantic is rolling nearby. Oh, Dobie, I wasn't imagining it. A giant ball of yarn just rolled past us. Oh no, we didn't quite make it to the safe spot in time. I hope we can reach a safe spot before the next one squashes us flat.
I think we just had a bit of bad luck with the timing.
How convenient that there are holes in the walls. If they weren't there, we would have been flattened a long time ago.
Oh, I can see the exit. I hope the end is near.
Hey, Dobie, to make it more exciting as we head towards the final showdown with the evil grandma, let's remember how we saved the city from the evil robot.
Of course, it was one of those days when everything seemed calm until the nightmare began. The sky darkened and a giant evil robot appeared on the horizon, casting a shadow over our town. The townsfolk were panicking, and we, Sheriffs Dobie and Labrador, knew we had to act fast.
First, we had to calm the people down and organize the evacuation of those in the danger zone. But then we decided to find out more about this monstrous machine.
We were shocked to discover that the robot was controlled by a deranged inventor who had lost control of his creation. The robot was rampaging through the town, causing havoc and destruction.
We realized there was no time to waste. We needed to act swiftly to save the town. We assembled a team and gathered all the resources we could find to stop this mechanical menace.
We devised a plan to disable the robot. It was risky, but we had no other choice. We had to protect our town and its people.
Using our knowledge of mechanics and some heavy-duty equipment, we managed to create a powerful electromagnetic pulse, EMP, device. Our goal was to get close enough to the robot to activate the EMP and shut it down.
With the help of our brave team, we set up a diversion to distract the robot while we got into position. It was dangerous, but we were determined to succeed.
As the robot focused on the diversion, Dobie and I made our move. We got close enough to activate the EMP, and with a loud hum, the robot started to malfunction.
The giant robot staggered and then collapsed, its systems fried by the EMP. The immediate threat was over, but we knew we had to secure the area and ensure the robot was completely disabled.
Working together, we dismantled the robot piece by piece, making sure it couldn't be reactivated. The townsfolk began to emerge from their hiding places, grateful and relieved.
Saving the town from the giant robot, we understood that the power of our unity and determination could overcome any challenge. Thanks to our joint effort, the town was saved, and Labrador and I are proud to have helped our community in its hour of need.
Did you see that giant pool filled with cookies? She's definitely crazy.
Yeah, but there's a trap here. Of course, it didn't work on us, but it was still scary. One wrong move and it's all over.
Look, there's another big fan here. Hopefully there are fewer traps this time around.
This fan has propelled us to crazy crazy speeds.
I love speed, especially when I'm racing on my police bike to respond to calls.
Oh, look, the airflow from the fan lifted us up.
Let's jump carefully so we don't fall into the abyss.
This challenge room is longer than I thought. Hopefully, we'll get out of here soon.
Oh, there's a new obstacle ahead, but we're not afraid of it.
It's interesting why the evil old lady set up these challenges for us.
I think it's useless to dwell on that. Our main priority is to escape from here.
Oh, we weren't careful enough going through that obstacle course. Next time, we should watch our step more closely.
Carefulness and professionalism are crucial aspects of our work.
These pipes are taking us higher and higher. The main thing is not to fall into that abyss.
I think the exit from here is coming up soon. The key is not to rush, and everything will work out.
It's getting boring. Let's tell another story again.
With pleasure. It was one of those serene days when the sun was shining bright and the town was going about its usual business. But then came the relentless rain. At first, it seemed like a passing shower, but it soon became evident that this was no ordinary downpour. The streets were quickly flooding and panic spread among the townspeople. Sheriff Dobie and I knew we had to act swiftly.
First and foremost, we had to calm the frantic residents and swiftly organize the evacuation of those in the flood's path. It was a chaotic scene, with people desperately seeking higher ground as the waters rose.
Once the initial chaos was somewhat under control, we delved into understanding the cause of this sudden deluge.
To our astonishment, we discovered that a reckless scientist was to blame. He had been experimenting with weather control technology and inadvertently triggered this catastrophic flooding.
There was no time to waste. The safety of our town was at stake. We quickly assembled a team of rescuers and set out to confront this new challenge.
Together, we devised a plan to mitigate the flooding and clear the streets. It was risky, but in times of crisis, risks must be taken.
Using specialized equipment and strategic placements, we managed to divert the worst of the flooding away from populated areas and towards safer zones.
Through tireless effort and determination, we were able to stabilize the situation. The water levels began to recede, and the immediate danger passed.
As the town started to recover amidst the cleanup and restoration efforts, Dobie and I reflected on the resilience of our community. It was through our combined efforts and unwavering resolve that we managed to save our town from the brink of disaster.
The experience reinforced to us the importance of unity in the face of adversity. Together, we overcame the challenges posed by the flooding and emerged stronger as a community. Labrador and I take pride in having been able to assist our fellow townsfolk in their time of need.
Hey, Dobie, enough with the story. Look, there's a giant cookie in front of us. Let's get closer to it.
Let's grab it before the evil old lady comes.
I think it's a trap, so be prepared.
We're sheriffs after all. We're always ready.
I guessed it, but it was pretty obvious. What else could the grandma come up with? Look at how many of her clones are here.
When did she manage to multiply like this? I think we need to hurry, or they'll fill up this entire lawn.
Despite all our efforts, the clones of the evil old lady keep coming and coming.
We've already taken almost half of this old lady's health. It's good they gave us a bazooka instead of a revolver. Otherwise, we'd be fighting for a very long time.
Don't celebrate too soon. We need to be more careful or we'll end up trapped here forever.
I've noticed there are two types of grandmas here. Some die from one hit, while others have a lot of HP.
Hooray, we won! That was a thrilling battle.
Oh, I totally agree with you, Labrador. It was not an easy battle.
Now we just need to get out of this cursed house as quickly as possible.
Wow, what a car. It must be some powerful sports car. It even has cookie wheels. Since we defeated that grandma, it means we've accomplished our goal for today.
And that means it's time to say goodbye. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button.
See you soon.
Hello, friends. It's Sheriff Labrador here again with my trusty sidekick, Sheriff Dobie. Today we're in for a magical adventure in Roblox because we've landed in the Escape Wizard Barry's prison mode. Hit that like button if you love magic, and comment below on who you think will escape this magical prison faster, me or Dobie.
Hi, everyone. Wow, this prison isn't as simple as it looks. Wizard Barry is a cunning mage who locks up anyone who breaks magical laws. He uses his magic to set traps and guard the exits. We have to be very careful to get out of here in one piece.
Yeah, the mode starts with us locked in a cell, and Barry keeps an eye on everything through his magical crystals. To escape, we need to navigate through mazes full of magical barriers, dodge evil goblins, and avoid mysterious potions that can turn us to stone or shrink us to the size of a mouse.
But it's not that easy because Barry has set up lots of magical traps. flying books that knock you over, fireballs that come out of nowhere, and even enchanted brooms patrolling the corridors. And if we get caught, Barry can trap us in his magical cage, and we'll have to start all over again.
Legend has it that Barry used to be a kind wizard, but one day he lost his magical staff that gave him wisdom and compassion. Since then, he's become suspicious and mean, locking up anyone he suspects of stealing his power. Now, he guards his prison to prevent anyone from finding his staff and restoring his kind heart.
Our goal is to find hidden clues and magical artifacts that will help us unlock the doors and bypass the traps. We might find spells that give temporary speed boosts or invisibility. And if we're lucky, we might even find a magic key that instantly opens the main exit.
But be careful. According to legend, this prison is filled with illusory walls that can lead us straight into dead ends. Or worse, rooms full of traps. Plus, Barry can teleport, so you never know when he'll pop up around the corner.
Wish us luck, friends! We're off to find our way out, and we hope luck is on our side. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our magical escapes and adventures. Barry, get ready, because Sheriff Labrador and Sheriff Dobie will find the exit and prove that the magic of friendship is stronger than any trap. Onward to victory!
Dobie, just look at this. I used to think magic was just fairy tales and tricks at kids' parties, but now real wizards are walking the streets like it's the most normal thing in the world. I haven't even gotten used to it, and now every other person has a magic wand. Do you remember how it all started?
Of course I remember, Labrador. How could I forget? We were just patrolling the park, and then bam! This glowing, mysterious portal appeared in the middle of the central square. People in robes started coming out, carrying spell books and wands. They looked like they jumped straight out of a fantasy novel. For a moment, I thought it was a flash mob or something like that. But no, it turned out to be much more serious.
Yeah, back then we were all overwhelmed with curiosity and fear at the same time. I remember how we tried to figure out who they were and why they came. At first, they said they were looking for allies to unite the worlds and promised to teach us magic. But of course, not all of them were as friendly as they first seemed. One of them, Mordecus, I think, immediately started showing his true colors, throwing spells in the air just to prove he was the strongest here.
Yeah, Mordecus! What a character! I even thought we were about to have a magical duel right there in the square. He was trying to prove something, making things fly and disappear. And do you remember how mad he got when his potion exploded right in his hands? We barely had time to duck. That was some fireworks. But after that, it became clear that not all the wizards had come with good intentions.
Exactly, and we had to quickly learn how to navigate this new world. Once it was clear that magic was now part of our reality, we decided to take accelerated courses in magical safety. We also had to train other officers, because now real duels were happening in the streets, and there were even more con artists and scammers. Who would have thought that someone would start using spells to rob stores or just cause chaos?
Yeah, it was a real challenge. I never thought we'd have to deal not only with criminals, but also with amateur mages who accidentally summon spirits or turn people into, well, something else. I still remember that cat who turned out to be the local baker. That guy had it rough. Luckily, a wizard came along who could set things right. But it's not every day you have to solve those kinds of puzzles.
Yeah, there were a lot of cases like that. I remember once when we were chasing a criminal who could teleport. Now that was a tough one. He'd literally vanish right in front of us every time we got close. Thanks to the good wizards who helped us out. One of them, by the way, was a witch named Fiona. She taught us a few tricks with protective spells. Now, we're not just sheriffs. We're practically magical detectives.
Yeah, Fiona made things easier. She showed us how to use spells to track clues, and even how to create a magical barrier around ourselves. I never thought I'd learn that. But you know, Labrador, there's something thrilling about all of this. Now, we're not just keeping order. We're protecting our world from things that could get out of hand. It's like we've become some sort of guardians between worlds, right?
Well said, Dobie. Our tasks have gotten more complex, but also more interesting. Now, we're not just sheriffs. We're keepers of balance between humans and wizards. How many times have we prevented magical catastrophes and resolved conflicts between the new residents of our world? Sometimes it feels like we're living in an adventure book, and each chapter just gets more exciting.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what's most important? We're managing. And it doesn't matter how many challenges lie ahead. We'll always find a way out. Whether it's dragons, rampaging elementals, or another Mordecus with his ambitions, we're a team, and that's our strength.
Absolutely right, partner. Whether it's magic or just good old sheriff work, we're always on guard. The world is changing, but our principles remain the same. Protect, help, and maintain order. And even if everything around us is sparkling with magic, the main thing is to stay true to ourselves. With your support, I'm sure we can handle any difficulties. To new adventures, Dobie.
To new adventures, Labrador! And who knows, maybe next time something even more exciting awaits us. The main thing is that we stick together and stay ready for anything. Let's go, partner!
Dobie, I still can't believe we did it. We fought the most powerful mage in the entire world, and we managed to save the planet. Honestly, when we first heard about him, I felt like we had gotten ourselves into the craziest case of our careers. Do you remember how it all began? That mage, Cronus, appeared out of nowhere and started destroying everything in his path. It seemed like he had just decided to take over the world.
Yeah, Labrador, that was a real nightmare. Cronus wasn't just strong, he was unimaginably powerful. The first thing I noticed was how suddenly the sky darkened, as if time itself had stopped. His appearance was like a bolt from the blue. I remember how he rose on that giant vortex of magic, surrounded by lightning and energy, like he was the epicenter of a storm. That's when I realized he wasn't just another wizard out to cause mischief. He was truly a threat to the entire world.
Yeah, his power was beyond comprehension. We knew right away that ordinary methods wouldn't work here. I remember how we tried to call every wizard who could help, but almost all of them were paralyzed with fear of Cronus. No one wanted to even try. That's when I thought, if no one else is going to act, we'll have to take matters into our own hands. You stood by me, and that gave me confidence. We started preparing, gathering everything we could, artifacts, spells, and even a few tips from ancient wizards who eventually decided to help us.
That's right. No one believed that two sheriffs could do anything against such power. But we knew we had to try. I still remember that preparation, how we searched for old scrolls in library basements and learned new spells on the go. Remember when we found that ancient amulet that was supposed to help us withstand his magic? I thought we had a chance, but Cronus was much craftier. He kept slipping away from us, changing locations like he knew our every move in advance.
Exactly! It was like he could read our minds. And every time we got close, he would vanish, leaving destruction and chaos behind. But we didn't give up, Dobie. Remember how we finally found his hideout? That ancient castle on the mountain peak, surrounded by magical barriers? We knew this was our last chance, and we couldn't afford to make a mistake. I remember how we fought our way through those barriers, and every step was a struggle, like the mountains themselves were trying to stop us.
Oh, Labrador, you really won't let me forget. That castle felt alive. Every stone breathed magic, and the walls whispered spells. When we reached the main hall and saw Cronus sitting on his throne, it was like he'd been waiting for us. He smirked and said we were just tiny grains of sand in his grand plan. His confidence was overwhelming, but we knew that no one else could stop him but us. That's when I realized we were truly ready to do whatever it took to stop him.
Exactly. His arrogance didn't break us. It only made us stronger. Remember how the battle began? Whirlwinds of magic, flashes of light, the walls shaking from his spells, and we were holding on with all we had, using amulets and our own spells to defend ourselves. At one point, I thought it was the end, when he summoned that giant fire golem that nearly crushed us. But then you found that weakness in his magic, that thin thread that held his whole defense together.
Yeah, Labrador, it was an incredible feeling. We became heroes in everyone's eyes, but for me, the most important thing is that we did it together. We proved that there's strength in unity, and in believing in what we do. I'm sure Cronus won't be coming back, and our world will be safe. We showed that even the most powerful wizards are not invincible if there are those who are willing to stand up to them for the greater good. Goodbye, everyone.